Be ready. 15 seconds. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Sir, I would at the very outset like to thank all the honorable members who participated in the discussion on demands for grants of the Ministry of Labour and the Ministry of Welfare and put forth their suggestions. Their suggestions would surely prove to be a guiding force for us. I would like to request the honorable members who, due to lack of time, could not participate in the said discussions to kindly send me their suggestions and points that they could not make here in writing and will surely consider their suggestions for necessary action and inform the concerned honorable members accordingly. I too have to reply to the queries and points raised with regard to both the ministries within a limited time. As you all know that both the ministries of labor and welfare are very important and deal with the nearly 85 or 90% of the problems of the country. Unfortunately, either of the ministries has not received the importance it deserved. This can have its implications upon the whole social setup. As I have a limited time at my disposal, I would therefore proceed with the points relating to both the ministries simultaneously. It will take much time if I deal with them separately. I know that I have to conclude before 6. Many honorable members put forth their points of view with regard to various problems of the country's laborers and the Ministry of Labor. Mainly 7-8 points have come up. The House knows that there are two types of laborers in this country. Some are organized and others unorganized. The problems of both the types of laborers are different. Their bargaining capacity also differs. Today, the organized labor has accumulated strength to the extent that they can fight for their rights, though they have not been given all their rights as yet. I appreciate the sentiments of Sri Roy, which he has expressed during his speech here. Still, the organized labor can put forth their demands effectively and are competent enough to get them fulfilled. The unorganized labor, on the contrary, are not strong enough to put forward their demands effectively as yet. Nevertheless, as one of our colleagues just said, so far as the Minimum Wages Act is concerned, two types of factors are involved in it. First, that the minimum wages given are very less. Many colleagues have raised the point of enforcing the minimum wages uniformly throughout the country. Mr. Chairman, when I was the Chief Justice, I came across a case in which a farmer had to strangulate his wife to death in the face of starvation as he could not provide even 2 square meals for 10 days continuously. The wife asked the husband to kill her so that she was no more there to see both of them dying of starvation. The husband stated in the court that wherever he went, he did not get any job, any food, or any alms. So he killed his wife. Special provisions will have to be made for such a desert area where alms is not available to farmers. The condition of our agriculture is very miserable. While making his budget speech in the House, the Honorable Minister of Finance said that our economy was shattered due to waiving of loans. I was distressed to hear it. I was distressed because before stating this, he did not bother to go through the Congress manifesto for Rajasthan, in which they had made an open offer to waive loans up to rupees 15,000 in place of other parties' offer to waive loans of rupees 10,000. Due to all this, our economy suffered many setbacks in last 40 years. Our balance of payment deteriorated. Our foreign exchange reserve went on exhausting. For all this, we had to sell our gold and the country turned insolvent. Thereafter, the entire burden was put on the farmers, alleging that the country has been ruined due to waiver of loans. It is indeed a serious matter. On the one hand, we grant crores of rupees to big capitalists like Tatas and Birlas in the name of Sikh industries, and on the other, huge scandals take place in nationalized banks. Recently, a scandal took place in the Punjab National Bank. The scandal that took place in the Bank of Baroda was also brought before the House. In this way, the government of India had to suffer losses to the extent of crores of rupees in every transaction. But on question of waiving of a small amount of rupees 10,000 for farmers, our Honorable Minister of Finance was not agreeable. I am greatly distressed to learn it. Our country is primarily an agricultural country where industrial policy is liberalized and the industries are given opportunities to squander huge sums of money. In our country, what happens is that every industrialist diverts the funds meant for the development of his industry to other purpose, exploits the laborers and the consumers as well, and thereafter declares the industry as sick.